Bismillah walhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillahi wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man wala. We are doing classes from the Medina Arabic course book 1. We are currently on page 25 tonight, inshallah. We are still busy dealing with lesson number 4. As you can see, this whole chapter has all been dealing with just the same lesson, just various aspects to it. So tonight, inshallah, on this page 25 that we are doing over here, we're focusing on a number of exercises. Now, tonight's class won't be too long. I'm feeling a little bit under the weather, let's put it that way. So therefore, we're just going to go a little bit on this page here, and maybe we can finish up the next page as well, so that next week we can begin from lesson number 5. So without further delay, let's begin. He starts off the page, he says, Tamarino, exercises. The first exercise is أجب عن الأسئلة الآتية. Answer the following questions. Now he gives you a number of questions, 6 questions to be exact, over here, and what he wants from you is for you to be able to give the answers to these things. Now, as is the norm, you are allowed to use anything. You can give the answers that have been used in the book in the previous lessons, or you can bring answers from your own side. It makes no difference. Whether it is real answers or made up answers, it makes no difference, as long as you are able, number one, to be able to understand the question and to be able to phrase your answer accordingly too. So, you know, if you look at where we had begun, starting out this book with having a very small vocabulary and understanding of the Arabic language. Now, we're not focusing so much on theory. We're doing a bit of theory and a lot of practice. So if you look, the fact that it's asking you questions, you must be, okay, obviously your level may not be so high just yet to be able to say, read this number one, no harakat on it. As you can see, words we have done, he left the harakat out on. So you looking min aina anta. Each words, each of these words you do know because we have done them before. So if you focused on what we've done, then you can recognize these words and read them despite the fact that there are no harakat on it. And once you are able to read them, then you say, okay, I know it's mean. We did mean before. What does mean? We did aina. What does it mean? We did the word anta. What does it mean? Now you put it together. Besides, we have done sentences, or at least a sentence in the previous, I think it was just last week, where this sentence as is, mean aina anta, was used. So, you know, it's not something which is new. But what it does allow you is the ability to ask a question, and now the ability to, is what he wants to test from you, the ability to give the answer to that question. So, min aina anta, where are you from? Now, you could use, as was mentioned in the book, Ana min al-Yaban, Ana min al-Yabani, at least let's put it this way, I am from Japan, but I prefer, if I'm giving the answers, to make it a little bit more practical and give an answer that you as, yes, perfect. The answer which was just given, Ana min al Hindi, that's a more practical, good answer, because you're not just giving, I'm from Japan, because but you may want to be from Japan, you may speak Japanese, but it doesn't make you Japanese. So you happen to be Indian. So if somebody asks you where you're from, then you're going to reply by saying, I'm from India, or I'm from South Africa, or I'm from X, Y, and Z. It's up to you. أنا من جنوب إفريقيا. أنا من الولايات المتحدة. You know, wherever it is that you are coming from, you're going to give the answer accordingly. So, you know, I find it more practical to use such such answers, because it's not random. What color is that cat and stuff like this here, when you're not going to be using such sentences. So if you take the opportunity when you're coming across such sentences to work out something practical for your own self, then when you reach the point that you're going to be discussing and speaking with somebody and ask you where you're from, you'll be able to give the correct answer. So if I want to reply and somebody asks me min aina anta, I would reply by saying ana min janubi ifriqiya, I am from South Africa. Ana min al Hindi, I'm from India. Ana min Pakistan, you know, I'm from Pakistan. Wherever you are from, so will your answer go. If you don't know the correct answer for you, where you are from, you can ask, and inshallah we can go do the word for that particular country. But be that as it may, that was the first question. Where are you from? Number 2, he asks you, Anta min al-Filippini? Are you from the Philippines? Al-Filipino means the Philippines. So, Anta min al-Filippini mean, because of the min, al-Filipino becomes Filipini. So, are you from the Philippines? Now, obviously, none of us are Filipinos over here. So, therefore, la, you could just reply simply by saying no, meaning I'm not from the Philippines. Or you could put it this way, la, no. Or you could say, la, lastu min al-Filippini. I am not from the Philippines. For example, no, I'm not from the Philippines. Or la, ana min al-Hindi. No, I am from India. Any one of those 3 ways, you can pick and choose whichever one it is that you want to use. Okay, la, correct. Next one, number 3, man min as-Sini. Man min as-Sini. Man, so man and min, both words look exactly the same, but now this is where when you are reading Arabic and there are no harakat, here you put man min, you put the harakat on them both. Why? Because to show you that had there not been harakat on it, how would you have read this word? Would you have read it as min man as-Sini? Or what? So think about it for a moment. Allow your mind to absorb the sentence. Man min as-Sini. If you swapped it around, min man as-Sini, from who is China? If you were to put it that way, the sentence would not make sense to you. So man, who, min as-Sini, is from China. Who is from China? It makes more sense that way. So you would know, okay, it can only be read man min as-Sini and not min manisinu, for example, or something of the sort like this. So it's something that your subconscious mind will itself guide you along. You will find it out yourself as you go further. And in fact, if you have kept up with the lessons thus far, you yourself will be able to bear witness to this, that certain things just sound right and certain things just don't sound right at all. And then when you look at it, the way that your subconscious mind told you, that happens to be the correct way. So, trust your instincts, because a lot of what you will find in reality, your instincts are not exactly letting you down. So, yes, Man Minasini, who is from China. So, the answers, what you should given over here is Ammarun Minasini. Ammarun min asini, but obviously I'm Ammarun min asini if you want to put it that way. But reading it like with tajweed, then you're going to say Ammarum, with the noon and the meme. So Ammarum min asini. Ammar is from China. Next one, number 4, min aina Hamidun. Where is Hamid from? So you can say Hamidun min al-Yabani. Well, if the Ammar is from China, Hamid may as well be from Japan. So Hamidun min al-Yabani. Hamid is from Japan. Number 5, Aina dhahaba Abbasun. Aina dhahaba Abbasun. Where did Abbas go to? So you could, if you firstly be able to read and understand the question, and secondly, being able now to give the answer. Abbasun. When you're speaking and you start your sentence, you begin with the person's name. If you want to make mention of his name. If you don't want to mention his name, you could simply say, okay, let's say we're speaking about Abbas. So you say, Abbasun dhahaba ilal mustashfa. Okay, no, we didn't use mustashfa before, so we'll leave him out. So, Abbasun dhahaba ila al-masjidi. Abbas went to the masjid. Or, Aina dhahaba Abbasun dhahaba ila al-masjidi. Where did Abbas go to? He went to the masjid. You have the option of whichever one of those two you want to use. Abbasun dhahaba ila al-mirhadi. Okay, he went to the toilet. Good. Lastly, number 6 of this exercise here is Adhahaba Aliyun ilal mudiri. Adhahaba. Did Ali go to the principal? Did Ali go to the principal? then you can say نعم ذهب إلى المدير. Yes, he went to the principal. Or لا ذهب إلى المسجد. No, he went to the masjid. I mean, it's up to you, whichever way you want to put it, wherever you want to send Ali, it's up to you. So أذهب علي إلى المدير. I will go with نعم ذهب إلى المدير. Yes, he went to the principal. That's the first batch of the first exercise. Exercise number 2 is اقرأ واكتب مع ضبط أواخر الكلمات. Read and write while putting into place the correct endings of the words. So here is, you know, the standard exercise that he brings about every time. I'll read through them. So, because I mean, it's all words that we do know by now. So, number 1, al-ghurfatu, the room. Min al-ghurfati, from the room. Min al-hammami, from the bathroom. Al-mirhadu, the toilet. Ila al-mirhadi, to the toilet. Al-yabanu, Japan. Al-filibinu, the Philippines. Min al-hindi, from India. Ila al-sini, to China. So that's exercise number 2. Exercise number 3 now. He says, اقرأ واكتب. Here it's just a matter of read and write, or at least read and understand if we were to do it in the format of our current classes over here. So you must be able to read this, understand, and be able to translate it. That's what the crux of this exercise is. So I will read it, and hopefully somebody can give the answer. So the first one is من أين فاطمة هي من الهند. Anybody who wants to jump the gun and want to send in the transliteration of any of the other words given over here, you by all means, or anyone who want to give the translation, by all means, you can do that too. So here in this exercise, it's not testing you on your ability to speak, to be able to give replies to these questions and stuff like this. Here he just wants you to be able to read what the harakats all correct and to be able to understand it. That's why there's so much. Okay, what is this? Mean Aina Fatima too? Where is Fatima from? That's the correct answer. He's from India. Hiya min al Hindi. Perfect. So the crux of this exercise here is to test your ability of understanding. Because if you are reading the words, we've done the words. If you've got your vocab book and you happen to forget a word, you can just access your book and then find the meaning of that particular word. So you're not being thrown things that you don't know about. It's just simply throwing out that which is already there in your mind. It's just that it must be set free and put in its correct places. She is from India. Yes, that is correct. All right, now have a look at sentence number 2 here. خرج المدرس من الفصل وذهب إلى المدير. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 words, or 8 if you want to separate the wa, since that means and. So 8 words in total. That's how. Think for a moment. We started out هذا بيت with 2 words. Now we have already reached within this short space of, this is our 10th class tonight. Within this short space of 10 classes, we are able to reach sentences that are spanning 8 words. It may sound a little bit like something small, but in reality, it's anything but small. So, خرج المدرس من الفصل وذهب إلى المرحاض إلى المدير. So خرج المدرس من الفصل وذهب إلى المدير. That what it means is خرج المدرس. The teacher exited من الفصل, from the classroom. وذهب, and he went إلى المدير, to the principal. So like I made mention last time, you would kharaja will be used with in conjunction with min, and dhahaba will be used in conjunction with ila. So kharaja min al-fasli, dhahaba ila al-mudiri. Okay, the teacher exited from the classroom and went to the principal. Excellent. Okay, the next answer was already sent in here, which is ذهب التاجر إلى الدكان. Which is ذهب التاجر إلى الدكان. ذهب التاجر إلى الدكان, which the translation sent to me was the merchant went to the market. Not exactly 100% accurate. Ad-dukanu means the shop. A souk, everybody knows souks nowadays, as they call it. A souk is a market, but a shop is a dukan. As in Urdu, dukan is a shop. So ad-dukanu in Arabic means the shop. So ذهب التاجر إلى الدكان. The merchant, the businessman, the trader, he went to the shop. Number 4. خرج حامد. خرج حامد من الغرفة وذهب إلى الحمام. That خرج حامد. Okay, already sent. Hamid exited from the room and went to the bathroom. Excellent. Hamid left the room and went to the bathroom. Very good. So whether you use the word left or whether you use the word exited, I mean, in English, we understand both the words perfectly fine. So whichever way you decide to translate it, nobody can fault you in that regard. Nobody's going to say, no, you must translate it as exited. No. Kharaja means like to go, to leave, to exit. All those words are contained within it. So whichever one you decide to go with, it's your choice. So yeah. Hamid exited from the room, or Hamid left the room and went to the bathroom. Both of these were 100% correct. So you're seeing that what is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, another 8 word sentence that we have done here. And that's the end of page 25. This exercise continues on to page 26. So number 5. من خرج من الفصل. من خرج من الفصل. Who exited or who left the classroom? The reason why I use exited when I give the class is to try and be as verbatim as possible, because when we say he left the class, we don't say he left from the class in English, but we would say he exited from the class. So that's the reason why I tend to use it that way. But both words, left or exit, it's up. Both of them are perfectly fine. So man kharaja min al-fasli, who exited from the classroom. Let's see. Okay. Somebody actually did exit from the classroom. So man kharaja min al-fasli, who exited from the classroom. So you can say Hamidun kharaja min al-fasli. Hamid exited from the classroom, for example. Number 6. خرج الطالب من المدرسة وذهب إلى السوق. And here we do the word the souk. The infamous souks that everybody likes to go to. So وذهب إلى السوق. That خرج الطالب, the student exited من المدرسة. Not from مدرسة. من المدرسة, from the school or from the madrasa. وذهب إلى السوق, and he went to the marketplace. So to him again, the student exited from the madrasa and he went to the marketplace. And exited from the school and went to the market. Excellent. That was the answer we just sent in. And now we do the last one. خديجة من الصين وخالد دون, but with tajweed is خالدum وخالدum من اليابان. So خديجة من الصين وخالدum من اليابان. So Khadija is from China and Khalid is from Japan. Yes, the answer given, Khadija is from China and Khalid is from Japan. Excellent. That was exercise number 3. Now we come to exercise number 4, which is ضع في الفراغ فيما يلي حرف جر مناسبا. ضع في الفراغ, place in the empty space. فيما يلي, in what follows, حرف جر مناسبا, an appropriate حرف جر. What is a حرف جر? حرف جر means a preposition. So, and what are the appropriate ones? من, إلى, في, على. These are the 4 prepositions which he equips you with, and using these 4 prepositions, put the preposition in the correct places. So he gives you number 1, al-kitabu, blank space, al-maktabu, the desk. So al-kitabu, we wouldn't use the word min over here. First question, which was the first answer given, al-kitabu ala al-maktabi, 100% correct. That is the most accurate and correct word to use. The next one which was sent is al-kitabu fi al-maktabu. That has two mistakes. So a maktab means a desk. You wouldn't use in the desk. You would use, for example, in the drawer of the desk, but not in the desk itself. That the word will not be used in that context. And number two is because of fi, it makes the word which follow it get a kasra. So it wouldn't be fi al-maktabu, it would be fil maktabi. So yeah, that was number one. Number two, الطالب blank space الفصل. The student, something, the classroom. Okay, الطالب في الفصل. الطالب في الفصل. Both answers which were sent in is 100% correct. الطالب, the student, is in the classroom. You wouldn't say he is from the classroom, because the classroom is not a place, as in a country. He's from China and he's from the classroom. We wouldn't use it in that context. So الطالب في الفصل, the student is in the classroom, 100%. Next one, number three, ذهب حامد blank space الجامعة. ذهب حامد. Hamid went something to the at least I gave it there anyway. The university. الجامعة, the university. ذهب حامد. Okay, I'll take this as a typo and not علل, but إلى. Yes. ذهب حامد إلى الجامعة. That Hamid went to the university. إلى meaning to. So min, from, إلى, to, في, in, على, on. So ذهب حامد إلى الجامعة. Hamid went to the university. Number four, خرج المدير blank space المدرسة. The principal exited the school. But obviously a preposition is missing over here. خرج المدير من Yes, excellent. So خرج المدير من المدرسة. That the principal exited from the school. In English we would say he left the school. But in Arabic we've got to say from, to, and things like this. We've got to use an appropriate preposition. So خرج المدرس من الفصل. خرج المدير من المدرسة. That the principal left from the school. And lastly, number five. And here in this one, he wants you to use two prepositions. So he says, ذهب محمد blank space. الصين blank space. اليابان. So Muhammad went something China, something Japan. Okay, answer was sent here, which is almost 100% accurate. And the second answer also almost 100% accurate. Okay, it was corrected, and this one is correct. So the first one was sent is ذهب محمد إلى الصين من اليابان. اليابان would not be correct because both إلى and min, both of them are prepositions. So both of them will affect their own words individually. So إلى would affect sin and min would affect yaban. So that is why ذهب محمد إلى الصين من اليابان would be the correct way, but يابان would not be correct. And the next answer which was given is ذهب محمد إلى الصين من اليابان. Then Muhammad went to China from Japan. 100% correct as well. But you can also use, even though I said that, dhahaba would be used with ila and kharaja with min, but you can also use dhahaba with min as well. So you could say dhahaba Muhammadun min as-Sini ila al-Yabani. You could have swapped it around and said Muhammad went from China to Japan. Currently, the way you translated it, it meant Muhammad went to China from Japan. he went to China from Japan. He went ذهب محمد إلى الصين to China from Japan. Oh, okay. To China from Japan instead of saying from China to Japan. It's a bit swapped around, but yeah. So you can use it the way you use it, or you could use it the way that I mentioned now. So you could say ذهب محمد من الصين إلى اليابان, or you could say ذهب محمد إلى الصين من اليابان. So either he came from China and he flew to Japan, or he was from Japan and he flew across to China, whichever way you want to take it. And that's the end of exercise number 4. And now we come to the ending part. We've got this one big block over here. Al-kalimatu al-jadidatu, the new words. Now this will be touching on the words that we did in this lesson number 4. Al-madrasatu, the school. Al-faslu, the classroom. Al-hammamu, the bathroom. Al-mirhadu, the toilet. Al-matbakhu, the kitchen. Al-ghurfatu, the room. Al-jami'atu, the university. As-suqu, the marketplace. Al-yabanu, Japan. As-sinu, China. Al-hindu, India. Al-Filipino, the Philippines. Al-Mudiru, the principal. Dhahaba, he went. Kharaja, he exited or he left. Those were the words which we had done in this lesson. And then he ends off by with one additional block over here. He says, Fi, ala, min, ila, min hurufil jarri. That fi, in, ala, on, min, from, ila, to, towards. These 4 min hurufil jarri, they are from the hurufi jar. Hurufi jar is what we translate into English as a preposition. If you saw here, harf al jarrin, singular form, and appropriate preposition. So here he's saying these 4 are prepositions. These 4 words. There are more of them, but he takes things one step at a time. So for now, just keep this in mind that these 4 words are your prepositions, that you won't be tested on prepositions outside of these 4 until we go and do another one. But that will be at another stage, inshallah ta'ala. That being that, we've ended at page 26, and next week, inshallah ta'ala, we will begin with page number 27, which will be the beginning of lesson number 5, which will be our 11th lesson. But that being that, we will end on this point here for tonight, inshallah, and we will resume again next week, Wednesday, with our next class. Until then, we end and we say, وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد سبحان الله وبحمده سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.